up, though? Ledge here. Welcome to another edition of Top 5, where right now we're going to get into my favorite battles from the women. All right. We're going to get into the honorable mention list, but not even the honorable mention. I want to salute, show love, give flowers to the very first all women's battle that I ever witnessed, which was Young Gaddis versus Sarah Connor. This was like, I don't even remember, man. This was a long time ago. It was grind time. This was back when they used to separate the rounds. So you get the first round, which would be like whatever, 15, 16 minutes. And then you had to wait for the second round to drop, third round. This is wild times, man. Y'all are spoiled now. But Young Gaddis versus Sarah Connor. Back when, on grind time, everything was judged. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they gave Sarah Connor the win, even though I felt like Gaddis clearly won. I could be mistaken, but that's neither here nor there. It was a dope battle to me at that time. It didn't make this list because I was looking for some of the better back and forths, and it didn't make it on that. But just off of merit that it was the first ever battle I watched with two ladies going at it, I gotta just mention it right here. So salute to both ladies. And thank you for introducing me to women's battle rap. All right, now the honorable mention list. This list is in no particular order, despite seeing it like in a line, in an order like form. So you're not last on the list if you're at the bottom. You're not first because you're at the top of the list. But yeah, I just threw the list together. 40 versus Hustle actually could have been in my top 5, but I ain't gonna lie, that third round with Hustle bringing out E Hart kind of ruined that battle for me a little bit. It's still a dope battle, both of their first and both of their second rounds, and it was, to me, I think I had it 1-1 going into the third, and then Hustle was like really doing well, and then she brought E Hart in because of that whole hoopla of 40 and E Hart with the 2-on-2 when they kind of was going at it against each other, even though they was on teams. But threw a little stain on the battle. But other than that, I do like that battle a lot. Shout out to them. I think that was on an event called Royalty, if I'm not mistaken. It was like early in the year that year, so shout out to them. Shuni versus Casey is so recent, like this year recent, but the replay value, if you're able to watch it again, it's high. It's really, really, really high. Even Shuni doing a rebuttal, Casey J kind of switching up some of her style a little bit. Very, very in the pocket, but the guy had a little more of a mean streak in her when she was rapping. I really, really enjoyed that battle. Shout out to both ladies. They made the list, even though it's like I said, it's a new, very, very new battle. C3 and Official, another candidate to make the top 5. Really dope back and forth. I think that was my first time seeing C3. That might have been my first time being introduced to her. She was really, really dope in that battle. Official, she was making a name for herself as well. That might have been my first time seeing her too, if I'm not mistaken. I could be tripping, but they both left a lasting impression. And after seeing that battle, I was like typing their name in the search bar. I wanted to see more of them, get busy in the ring. So that battle really helped me out a lot in just developing my want to, as far as seeing more women be involved in the culture. Coffee versus First Lady Flames. I believe this was a band battle back when they used to do the band series. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say it was in her territories, First Lady Flames territory, as far as the location. And Coffee went there, repping the West, and she instantly showed that she belongs, man. Instantly showed she belongs, and First Lady Flames stood her ground too. It was probably one of my favorite battles out of the band series, period. They were barking, and one thing I like too is like their content. I like their content. Both of their, like, it's strong. There's going to be some women that's going to rely on messiness, going to rely on, sexual type of bars and things like that. They was gutter with it. They was on some gangsters. You know what I'm saying? They was gangster with it. So I like that battle on that merit. And they were both hungry and up and coming. So you know what happens when you get those two combinations together. Shout out to Coffee and First Lady Flames. And then I got Young Gaddis appearing on the list again, but this time against RX. This was, I wouldn't say this was her return, because I believe she battled in a one rounder against, I want to say either Lady Caution or somebody on Gates of the Garden in a one rounder, like just to get her mojo back. And then she started to battle a little more frequent, and then she battled RX on, it was King of the Dot, salute the King of the Dot, but it wasn't, it was a part of the tournament, but it wasn't in the tournament, if that makes sense. They had like exhibition battles that you still could vote on them on Twitch, and you know they wouldn't count for anything, but you know you just want to see who won. And yeah, it was a dope battle. RX, I want to say Gaddis was probably one of her tougher opponents I've seen her go against, and everybody knows RX got like a pen and is very, you know, lyrical and sharp, but you know, she displayed some different stuff in this battle. And Gaddis, she kind of shook off all of the ring rust that people usually have when they be on a true return. She was like pocket changes, punching, wordplay, everything was there. And yeah, they went toe to toe, blow for blow, and I really enjoyed that battle. So those are the honorable mention lists. Let's get into the top 5, my favorite battles from the ladies. All right. Speaking of recent, I had to throw this in there, man. I could be a little biased because I was there. Could be a little biased because one of them represent the league. I could be. Bazan versus C. Bree the lyricist. Watch the battle. You tell me if I'm bugging. First round, they both was bombing. Second round, they both was bombing. Third round, you know, Zan had a little hiccup, but she got it back, finished strong, and then C. Bree closed the show. This was a part of the Trenches anniversary card. It was in Philly. It could be the atmosphere, like I said, maybe because I was there. You know how it hits a little different when you're there. But then I watched it on the playback. It's just the atmosphere, period. Like just them being in a pit style, being in a venue that's not all glamorous with all these crazy looking lights and stuff like that, not being on a stage and platform, and just the look and just how intense it was. Like they were face to face talking. You know, Zan was doing a lot of that, you know, big dog Philly flow stuff. She wasn't overly doing it too much, but you know, she naturally got it. So even no matter what she's saying, even if it's something simple, you like, oh, that's that Philly stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then with C. Bree, her combination of being lyrically like inclined and also being very, very gutter at the same time. It's like this fusion of like, don't confuse me being articulate and well spoken and get it twisted like I won't. You know what I'm saying? Like I won't hurt you. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. So that combination, and then putting her in the setting like this against Zan, who's been in this setting, been on the trenches for some time now, to me it was a perfect marriage. So I got that at number 5. It's one of my favorites. Highly debatable battle. I still see people going back and forth. 2-1 Zan. Like a lot of people saying, you know, they giving her the first and the second. Then you seeing a lot of people saying Bree. A lot of people saying Bree got that third clear and got the first. So, you know, it's, you know, you do what you want with that, but it's a goodie. All right. At number 4, I got Couture versus Jada Ray. This could have been a sleeper battle too. Like I think as time has passed, because these two aren't outside a lot like the rest of the ladies, this kind of gets lost in the sauce. But when I tell you this battle was really good, it was really good, man. And one thing about Couture, she got presence. It's very few women, honestly, in my opinion, got like real presence and command. To me, it's like Miss Hustle has it, and that might be due to her stature. I think, you know, Official has it. I think Jazz has it in her own way, but Couture got this aura about her, bro. Like Like before she even say something, you feel like it's about to get spooky for the opponent. But she was in her bag in this one. Jada Ray, I think her stuff aged a little bit better. The more I watched it as I got older, the more I was like, yo, I think people, like, I know people love Couture, but Jada Ray is talking in this battle, and I think she might have won. She might be winning. So if you go back and watch the battle now with and listen with some new, fresh, age mature ears, you tell me if that battle closer than what people were saying. Like I remember the comments kind of having it a landslide, but I don't know about it. I don't know, man. Jada Ray and Couture, that's replay value city right there. So go check that out. I love that battle a lot. Styles make fights, and I felt like stylistically they were so different from each other that it made it work. That they made that work. So that was like good booking by Queen of the Ring, and good way for you ladies to step up. That's my number 4 spot, man. Jada Ray, Couture. At number 3, this was a tough one. I know people are gonna look and be like, how's it only at number 3? But I do got E Hart versus Jazz the Rapper, or Jazz the Rapper, whoever we want to put as the A side. Jazz the Rapper versus E Hart at number 3. Love this battle. Everybody remember the opening lines with Jazz, with the whole virgin angle and flipping it. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. I'm really not usually into props, but her bringing the fam out, saying what they got to say was dope. And E Hart didn't let none of that phase her. That's what was special about this. Like, because Jazz is so elite, she knows how to snatch a crowd and then land a haymaker and pretty much skate to victory. E Hart was just so good that it didn't matter. It was like, okay, now Jazz got to fight back now, because E Hart said a lot in each round. And I just think that battle was really, really good. I think it was well timed too. That's some things you gotta realize when you booking these battles. Is the timing right? Does this make sense for right now? And I think it did. I think Jazz needed that comeback battle. Not necessarily a comeback battle in a sense, because I can't remember if she had a battle after the official battle, before that E Hart battle, but she definitely needed a URL battle of a high magnitude against a woman of that caliber. And E Hart at that time, and still I would say, is of that caliber, is of that cloth, where people would care enough to be like, yo, Jazz might be in trouble again. You know what I'm saying? It's rare where you be like, oh, Jazz might be in trouble. And this battle, another one, highly debatable, back and forth. Whoever you had winning, you might change your mind now if you go back and watch it. I think I had Jazz off first watch a few times, and then second watch and third watch, and I watched it one night and I was like, I don't know, the more I look at it, I might have E Hart. Like, I don't know where I stand with it now, but my point is, highly debatable battle. Love that battle. I'm sure a lot of people got it number 1 or number 2 on their list. I got it at number 3, because at number 2, if y'all seen the sleepers list, if it's a sleeper on just men and women, I gotta have it high on this list, which is Eon versus Eliza Versa. It's really one of my favorite battles, period. It's a sleeper battle, but it's one of my favorite battles, period. So on the strictly women's list, it's gonna be high. There's not too much I can say that I haven't already said about this battle. Like I said, personally, because I interviewed both women around that time, they both were up and coming. They both had a lot to prove. You know what I'm saying? A lot. It's very, very comparable to Coffee versus Flames too, as far as the content. It was gutter. It was a little more raw. It wasn't, like I said, overly like glamorizing sexuality and some of the bars that women kind of get stigma with that they rap about. It wasn't like that. They were in each other's grill going at it. And another thing that I keep bringing up about styles make fights and the contrast in styles, you do have that here. Eon from Chicago really talked that Like, she make you feel like you in the city with her. You know what I'm saying? Eliza Versa, Southern, from the South, Texas. You feel that Texas, you know, where you hear it when you hear a rap. Like, you hear the accent, you hear the tone, but the performance and what she uses as far as hand gestures, moving around, her vocal projection, all of that was there on display. The setting helps make a fight too. Like I said, shout out to She Go Hard, who actually had that battle released on a URL channel, which is a huge deal. And that's how you know it's one of them, right? URL ain't just snatching any battles from a league and putting it on their main channel. So it had to be doing something, you know what I'm saying? So that's all I really got for that one, man. Like I said, I talked about it on the sleepers battle list, and it definitely was easily in my top 5 of this one, but it stops at number 2, because number 1 for me, again, content. At number 1, E Hart versus First Lady Flames. This was, I ain't gonna lie, man. If I did like a top 20 favorite just battles period, this definitely would be in my top 20, just like on just pure watching, hearing lines, like, like it gave you a lot of those. Like, if the battles round per round and giving you a lot of that was slick. I caught that. That was tough. If it ain't giving you that, go ahead, man. Turn off the TV, turn off the computer. This battle gave me a lot of that, man. A lot of that. First Lady Flames had ascended by this point. You know, we talked about her versus Coffee. This is right around the time she was really catching stride. She was like in her bag. Also, I want to mention too, I don't know how I didn't put this in the honorable mention list, but Vixen versus First Lady Flames. Sidebar. That's one of them ones too. So this is right around that time. So First Lady Flames gave you Coffee Brown, she gave you the Vixen battle, and she giving you this one. Cold, super cold. E Hart, I think this was more like for her a rookies versus vets type of battle, where a lot of people felt like coming into this battle, because E Hart, I wouldn't say wasn't active, but she wasn't as active as First Lady Flames around this time. And I think a lot of people was kind of leaning towards First Lady Flames because she was like the fresh face that's been getting people up out of here. And I feel like this is one of those Roy Jones, y'all must have forgot type moments with E Hart. It's like, yeah, I've been off the grid and I don't pop out as much, but don't get this twisted like I'm still not E Hart. And line for line, bar for bar, boy, she was in that bag. She was in that bag, boy. And First Lady Flames was keeping pace, though. That's what was remarkable about this. They didn't let up, no foot off the gas. I think the beauty about this battle, I think it's on YouTube. I saw it. I feel like I seen it on Caffeine. I know Nico gonna be like, don't ever say their name, but you know what I'm saying. I seen it over there live, but I do think this is one of the battles that slipped the cracks and got on YouTube. So if you want to see it, check it out if you haven't seen it. But easily number 1 for me. Those are my top picks, man. Again, at number 5, I got Seabree the Lyricist versus Zen. Number 4, I got Couture versus Jada Ray. Number 3, I got Jazz the Rapper versus E Hart. Number 2, I got Eliza Versa versus Eon. And at number 1, I got E Hart versus First Lady Flames. Shout out to the honorable mention list. Yeah, I had to sneak Vixen the Assassin and Flames on there. I don't know how I forgot about that one. That's on the list. So if you don't see it in the beginning in the graphics, my bad. But I mentioned it, so that's this honorable mention. Shout out to all the ladies. I ain't gonna lie. I know people might not look at it from the standpoint of ticket sales or whatever, but battle wise, I feel like the women been running battle rap for a couple years. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, the men got a lot of catching up to do. Like, they've been really holding battle rap down. So give all the ladies their flowers, and that's all my time. Peace and love.